I'm joined now by Edgar Montero, CEO of Chemesis International, trading on the CSE under the symbol CSI. Edgar, how are you today?
Hi, how are you, James? Fine, thank you. I'm very excited to be in your program, my man.
Ah, great. Okay, well, so let's start the conversation off with an overview. What is Chemesis International all about?
Well, I think I talked to you before about the strategy of Cannabis. Cannabis is known most of it for its manufacturing processes, and we are a multidisciplinary, uh, multi-state, multi-country operation that is based in Puerto Rico, Colombia, and California as of now. And obviously, we're trying to do expansion in other states. But it's a company that we started July last year, and we are doing pretty well. We're a very uh, exciting company, well established, great staff, and we're expanding rapidly, Jay.
Oh, fantastic. Your most recent press release, you announced the partnership with First Medical Cannabis, bringing 1,000 acres of hemp cultivation into Puerto Rico. So you're growing hemp outdoors?
Yes, yes, of course. That acreage is meant to be outdoors, and it's a this is a very good press release. But most importantly, the partnership that we are having with First Medical is going to be quintessential for us for the growth of the company in Puerto Rico. The land is privately owned. We have the rights to all its harvest for high CBD uh, uh, crop. So that's a pretty exciting news, not only for us, but I believe for whole Puerto Rico. We are in a stage in Puerto Rico where we need this type of deals, this type of contracts to start expanding the capacity of the industry, but also, and I would say, to contribute to the growth of the island. After the Hurricane Maria, I don't know if you were aware, but last September 2017, we were struck by this Category 5 hurricane, and trying to fix from the roads the electric grid. The entire island has been a challenge for Puerto Ricans, and I believe a project like this one will bring certainty to the industry first and foremost. Will bring a lot of jobs to the community, and we're trying to put our best effort to try to develop something that is meaningful for not only for cannabis, not only for our company, but for the people in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's commendable. We are very well aware of how tough it's been for Puerto Ricans in Canada after that disastrous hurricane. So that's great. Well, then, how are you planning to export products? I guess you can't really export from Puerto Rico into California markets or Colombian markets yet, but is that kind of what the game plan is by your international footprint here in Colombia, Puerto Rico, and California to sort of start to be positioned to capture that international opportunity as the laws in the United States evolve towards national deprohibition?
Exactly, exactly. You're exactly right. We're in a position in the U.S. where the regulations have been written, and we are just unfolding what is going to happen in the next, I would say, 18 to 24 months, which is going to be the increase of production for hemp and other products. The relationship that is going to start happening with other companies, other countries, other states, and we are, as you mentioned, trying to position ourselves in the forefront of this new phase. And obviously, with our geographic location, we are not only able to be the liaison between South and North America in Puerto Rico, but we are also positioned to help develop other countries in Europe as well.
Well,
Remember that we are close to the equator, so the sunlight is very beneficial for us. We can grow more crops per year, so that will be, I would say, a characteristic that is going to be uh, uh, very good for our plans to expansion. So, in the upcoming months, we're gonna see much more development in this front, and I would love to share this development with you in the near future, my man.
Yeah, great. Well, we'd love to come down with cameraman in tow and shoot everything. Um,
I'm gonna tell you, this time of year in Puerto Rico is just beautiful. Weather-wise, the people. Every time I come here, the welcoming I receive from not only the staff but all the people in Puerto Rico is just great, and they are working very hard. It's outstanding the uh, how Puerto Ricans are doing this project, and I cannot thank enough to my staff, the government of Puerto Rico, our partners in First Medical, to give us the opportunity to develop this project.
You bet. Okay, and so you've got operations. It sounds like you've got a large outdoor grow under development in Colombia. Is that something that will be outputting large quantities of cannabis as well?
Of course, yeah. We started with La Finca Interactiva almost a year ago, where we start developing different avenues. One of them is the production of seeds, the certified seeds, and now we're in the process of validating those seeds, putting in the last process, so we can export those to different countries. So that's pretty exciting. That is happening as we speak. Obviously, we're gonna let people know when the process is fully finished, and we can have that availability. But with this project with Puerto Rico, we are gonna position ourselves to be a large competitor in the hemp space. Obviously, also in cannabis, with the rest of our operation, and contribute to the industry. At the end of the day, the industry, as we all know, it's in its infancy, and we need productive projects to enhance the variety of products, to be able to meet the demand in the market, and to have uh, a footprint that allow us to give our shareholders the value that they are seeking in the industry. So I think we are in a very good path. We're working tirelessly to achieve these goals. And the only comment I would say is that Chemesis development, it's in a rapid pace, and we are hoping that the people can see that in our press releases, also in the states that we are operating now. And we are very excited, James. We're really excited.
Yeah, well, it's certainly an exciting place. I'd be excited too. Okay, great. Edgar, so what are the big milestones that you're going to cross this year that are going to give investors a warm and fuzzy feeling and get them piling into the stock?
Well, I think there are several. We announced a couple of weeks ago that we are under construction in California. I think that's a market that everybody is looking, and I think that we are going to be a very relevant competitor there. So I think that in the next quarter you will see the result of our efforts.
Okay.
You know that in California, it's a place that brings a lot of attention, but also regulatory wise it's also complicated. So you need to navigate through that. We have been doing that for the past 24 months, and now I think that we are going to harvest the fruit of our efforts,
Yeah.
with two companies, manufacturing companies that we acquired there. Obviously, Latin America, it's a market that will add to our bottom line in this year, and Puerto Rico, obviously. I think that we have in the kitchen a couple deals. Obviously, we're going to announce them in its proper time. But I can assure you that Chemesis, our staff, people that engage in negotiation with us are very excited about the future of the company. And Latin America looks pretty good for us. Obviously, we are trying to do other business in other jurisdictions in the U.S. So I think that this year, Chemesis will continue with its expansion, the credibility, of course, and bringing more people into our company.
Yeah, sounds fantastic, Edgar. All right, well, let's leave it there. Sounds like it's working for you. Your stock price has increased handsomely over the last year, and looks like you're doing a great job. Thanks for joining me today.